Hey, Amy says, I quit my job all right, let me say this again. I quit my job due to getting bullied, but I don't know how to answer on my next interview why I left. Okay, so I love this question because Amy is very smart here. You don't want to admit you were bullied. And you might be thinking, but JT, that's not fair. I need to explain something to you about hiring. In the hiring world, recruiters and HR managers and hiring managers are taught there are 3 sides to every story. Your side, their side, and somewhere in the middle is the truth. So when you use really aggressive terms like I was bullied, it was a toxic work environment, they go on the defensive because they're like, there's another side to this story. That is not subjective language you want to use. When you're talking about why you left a company, you stay as neutral and as objective as possible. Okay? It's just how it is, folks. And so if you left a job because it wasn't a good fit, that's what we're going to say. All right. So they say, why'd you leave your last job? You can say, that's a great question. It was really hard for me, but over time I realized it wasn't the right fit for me. It wasn't the right environment. I was not going to learn and grow. And I really wanted to be able to free myself up to look for a new job full time. I know it's not ideal to quit a job without having a job, but I did it. I can't change it now. And that's why I'm working very hard to find my next opportunity. See, moments of accountability, experience plus learn equals grow. These are the frameworks we teach every day in Work It Daily to make those kinds of tough questions easier to answer. And again, I'm going to be really careful. I know this is unpopular and people don't want to hear it, but you can't use words like toxic. You can't use words like bullied. You will not be taken seriously because now they're like, well, wait, what if this person's just super sensitive? And then we hire them and somebody says something to them and they're saying it's toxic and they got bullied. Like that's how they think. Again, 3 sides to every story. So you don't want to use very subjective language like that. That was your interpretation. By the way, I don't doubt that it didn't happen. I know there's a lot of bullying. I know there's a lot of toxic workplaces. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is for us to get you hired and for you to get through this interview process, we've got to balance out and be very objective in the way you talk about it. And once you do that, you're going to get better results. Okay? And if you're looking for help with that, so we have an entire lesson inside Work It Daily. It's called Fired to Hired, but it's really about fired, quit because of harassment, like any of these very difficult scenarios where it was out of your hands, right? You're going to have to talk about these things, and we teach you how to talk about it and how to answer those questions in a way that you feel okay. Because what I don't want you to do is go in emotional. No matter what you do, if you think you've got a great answer, if you're still feeling really emotional about what happened to you, it's going to show in the interview. They can feel it. And I'll tell you what happens. They can read it in your answer, so then they start to pick at it. They want to pull it apart like a yarn, and they start asking you all these follow-up questions. You get all nervous, and now all of a sudden they're like, she's got something to hide. I don't want that for you. Instead, I want to teach you how to make peace with what happened. I know that sounds hard to believe, but we do it every day. And how to get your answer to a place that's very level. Because I want you hired. I want you to move on and have a non-toxic work environment where you're not being bullied. But to do that, we have to have the right frame of mind and way to talk about it in order to move past it. And that's why we have a whole lesson devoted to it inside Work It Daily, because we know what a big deal that is, okay? So I'm not diminishing or discounting what happened to you. I'm just saying I got to get you hired. I got to get you to answer that question in a way that's going to get you hired. That's what we're going to teach you in Work It Daily, okay, my friend?